Hi, I'm Cindy Lee. I am the Digital Marketing Manager of Bellamy's Organic in Shanghai. In China, you don't see organic sections, you don't see organic aisles yet. But what you're seeing, which actually might be a good thing, you see organic lined up right next to a mainstream product, so within the categories. And you're seeing a lot more organic offerings in food, in produce, in formula like us, and we're lined up right next to conventional brands. The best way to start in China, if you're coming in as a small, medium enterprise, would be actually to do your research. China is big, and it's a very fragmented space. There are a lot of different channels, and geographically it's huge. So it is challenging when you're thinking about your China strategy, your China launch strategy. Do you go regional or do you go sub-markets? And for us at Bellamy's, we started with regions, the regions where our consumers are. And knowing where your consumers are is key when entering China. So you start from a region and then you expand to more regions, with your channel strategy as well, you do the same thing. You start with one select channel, and you grow into different channels. So, for example, e-commerce, supermarkets, hypermarkets, specialist stores, and you tackle them one by one. And it's for us when we entered China, Bellamy's had a slight advantage because we're Australian, and it's our brand heritage. So, which that immediately for Chinese consumer meant that Bellamy's is a trusted brand, and because we are organic, that purity was something that consumers immediately connected us to. Right now, with the change in the landscape and the rise of e-commerce in China, it's crucial that brands recognize what their entry strategy is. When you do your homework, you realize that the cost of entering a market might outweigh the returns. So for example, when you're entering, everybody looks to Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou. But when you really look at the cost of entering these markets, you realize that your returns might not justify that the launch of your brand there or your product there. Alternatively, you might see the opportunity in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And when you look towards that, e-commerce might represent another opportunity for you where you have coverage without having to pay a listing fee, a very, very hefty listing fee. In my opinion, the products that would see great growth in the organic space would actually be infant milk formula, organic coffee, organic fruit and vegetables, organic produce, and organic cotton and organic skincare. A lot of research has shown us that with infant milk formula, it's a huge industry. There are so many players and so many different product offerings. And the birth rate in China is high. The market is getting a little bit stagnant. Everybody is coming up with a more option. At the same time, consumers are looking for a more natural option when they're thinking about what to feed their children and what to feed their baby, which is why we've seen research tell us that there is a lot of opportunity for growth in a very premium offering, in an organic offering. Brands have started coming up with top-of-line products that are organic, and rightfully so, because organics is more expensive, organic is better, organic is more premium, and to a consumer that resonates with them. So huge potential for growth for organic milk formula. The next is actually coffee. The coffee culture here has grown tremendously in the past few years. We've seen first Starbucks set the ground. They are expanding in every other street corner or block, you'd see a Starbucks. And they've done a fantastic job in making coffee culture come to life in this country. But what we've seen as well is you've seen little roaster set up shop, and all of them are bringing their select coffee beans. They're roasting their own coffees, they're making their own roasters, and it's all fantastic coffee. And we know when we work in organics that organic coffee, or coffee is something that you want to buy organic because they, for various reasons, and we know that to be a better quality product, a more superior product, and we know it to be better for you. And I think it's only a matter of time for Chinese consumers to understand that and therefore choose organic coffee option. What's exciting is also terrifying at the same time. And I think it makes each other, it defines each other, both being exciting and terrifying. China is a huge market. It's very fragmented, and it changes constantly. So for brands like us, it's important for us to stay true to our own DNA, and to have an honest intent, and customers or consumers would perceive it as such. And it's only a matter of time before we are able to educate them on the benefits of brand organic and brand Australia.